Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm reaching out to the student body. Okay, students, this is Professor Sistrunk. You know that, you know me, and here we go. In this particular lab, I'm not going to show my face because I want to maximize my real estate. I want to have the entire screen because there's a couple of things I want to point out after reviewing your labs and seeing exactly what work you completed from the prior week. I want to get some clarity on what I need from every student. Now, most of you spot on, you understand what I need, but let's go into this so everybody can be on the same page this week. This is Wednesday, 4/5/2023, and going forward by the end of this week, I'm expecting to see this particular material. As you can see, I have a lab selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that particular lab. And it's going to jump me right into this. The first thing I'm going to do is check my status. It says I'm good to go. I'm going to come back to the topology. The second thing I'm going to do is get this lab to the point of where I can answer questions on this lab. So I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to show you this document here. I'm going to download this document immediately to my desktop, okay? So the document is being downloaded, and there it is, right in front of your eyes, right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close that tab because I don't need it open. What I need to do is open up Microsoft Word. So I'm on my second screen opening up Microsoft Word, and as you can see, here's Word right here. Let me bring that into full effect so you can see it. Now that particular document, I want to take that document and drag it off of my desktop and put it right in the center of this Word doc right here. Now what would happen is going to transfer that document into a Word doc. Exactly what I need. Now, why did I do that? Because there are questions in this document that will be asked of me, and I need to make sure that I can answer all of the questions. So here's a question. If I start typing my information in, you will be able to see it, okay? I want every one of these questions answered. Not some, not part, all. And you're going to see me take 5 points away from every question that is not answered. Yes, I just said 5 points. And in some cases, it may be 10 points on how many questions are on there. So make sure you answer the questions. It's critically important. I'm just showing you that I did type something in here. It's a bunch of rubbish, but I did. So that's the first thing. Now, watch how I go through this particular document in order to get the work done. So I'm going to move the document down on my second screen so I can have full view of it. Okay, so you know now that I have a Word doc that's on my second screen that I will have to save and upload into D2L so my professor can review that document. Now here's the task for the day. This is 3.3.12 Lab Windows Task Manager. Now, it's important that you understand what's your task. A student asked me today, hey, professor, what should I do with these labs? This here is critically important. You should know what you're doing with the labs. So the first thing you get is your objective. In this lab, you will explore Task Manager and manage processes from within Task Manager. What are the processes? Working in the Processing tab, working in the Processor tab, working in the service tab, working in the service tab, working in the performance tab, working in the performance tab. So these are your objectives. You should walk away knowing how to use this tool. What is the tool? Task Manager. In every one of these labs, you are given tools that will help you go forward in the cybersecurity, CyberOps world. Now, what is the background scenario? The Task Manager is a system monitor program that provides information about the process and programs running on a computer. It also allows the termination of processes and programs and modifications of processes priority. Process priority. It's important that you understand how to use this tool. Now, what is the takeaway right quick? The takeaway is, one, I know my objectives, what my objectives are looking for. Two, I know what the Task Manager is because I have a scenario that's telling me what this tool is. Three, the Task Manager is another tool that's collected among many tools that you will learn as you proceed through this course. Those three elements are important. You will get a tool in every lab to use. Now, if I walk up to you and ask you, what is the Task Manager? You should be able to tell me. Okay, let's move forward. So the next thing is this. I need to open up Windows. Now, I'm not going to refer back to this document. I'm going to read the document that I have on my second screen. So let me go to Windows and let me get this started. Okay? Now, in here, I need to go ahead and log in, which all of you at this point should know how to do this. Okay. So it's important that you do your work in here. Now, since I logged in, the first thing I want to show you is this. I want to come back here and take a screenshot showing at the very beginning where I am actually starting. So I'm going to click on that. Wham, that go my screenshot. I'm going to say submit it. I could put notes in here and say number 1. Okay, that's just letting my professor know that's number 1. And then I hit submit. Now I have that screenshot. It says it is successful. So I have the screenshot. That means my professor will be able to go in here and see that screenshot. That's my starting point. Now, the next thing it says here, and I'm going to pull this up just a little. The next thing it wants me to do after I logged in and did all that is right here. You see, it says here, after I log in and put my password in, it says open a command prompt and the Mozilla Firefox web browser. So it wants me to open up two particular things. It wants me to come here and do command prompt. So I know that's CMD, and that go to command prompt. So that's on the screen. I'm going to put that right here. And then it says open up Firefox. I'm just going to click right here on Firefox, and there is Firefox. So all it said was open up the command prompt and the Mozilla Firefox web browser. Now it says here, I'm going to bring this back up so you can see it too. And let's make that a little bigger just in case you say, hey, Professor, I can't see that. It's too small. Right click the taskbar to open Task Manager. Now, before I do that, since I have these two open, guess what? I want to show my professor that I am actually doing this. So I'm going to move this down just a little. And I got them two screens. Now watch what I do. I'm going to take a screenshot. There go that. I can name this screenshot number 2. And there it is. Submitted. Successful. I got it. Oh, Professor, that's incredible. Yeah, I know. Moving forward. So now it says right-click the taskbar to open Task Manager Another way to open Task Manager is to press Control-Alt-Delete to access the Windows security screen and select Task Manager. But I'm just going to right-click the taskbar and open up the Task Manager. Now, the question you have to ask yourself, what is the taskbar? So if I right-click right there, see this screen right here? Right here, if I right-click, then I could possibly go over here and take a screenshot of that, get that to my professor too. Then I can go up to the Task Manager and click on that. See, I'm showing that I'm doing the work. My professor gets to see that I'm walking step by step and I am completing the work. Now, so I got that. I'm going to take a screenshot of that for my professor so he can have that too. If I do not have these screenshots, I cannot check your work. So I have to put in the appropriate grade. I'm going to let you decide what that is. Okay, so there it is. I have that screenshot. Now, I'm going to bring this back up here. It says here, okay, right-click the taskbar and open up the Task Manager, and we got that. Okay, note, when trying to send Control-Alt-Delete in net. So, in other words, I'm not going to worry about that because I'm not doing Control-Alt-Delete. I just right-click on it. Remember, I am not going to worry about Control-Alt-Delete. I'm just going to right-click on the taskbar. That was good enough for me. If not selected, click More Details to see all the processes that are listed in the Process tab. So now it wants me to choose the Process tab. Okay, I'm going to move that just down a little. That processes. Here's the processes right here. There go Process. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bigger, and you can see the process right there. And these are the processes that are programs that's running while your computer is up and going. Okay, that's good. That's good. We got that. Okay, that's good. And we already got a screenshot of it, so we don't have to do that again. Now, here's the first question. Expand the window command processor headings. I did that. What is the list? What is listed under this heading? So you can go and put in, if I come up here and look at this, you expand it, but you can go here, it says expand the Windows command processing heading. Okay, so let's look at that. Windows command processor. Okay, so I'm going to pull this down and I'm going to expand that. If I see it here, the Windows processor, I see the window. And you can see another thing that's important. It's jumping around. So I'm just going to choose anything at this point because you know what to expand. But, well, here it is here. I'm just going to go ahead and choose that. I can expand any of these tabs to see what's in there and see what's listed. So just make sure that you expand the Windows processor. The ones that I expand was the Windows command processor, service, host, local services. It's just wants you to see in there. And all you have to do is record what's in there. Okay, so you get that now. Simple, simple, simple. But what didn't I do? I didn't take a screenshot. So I'm going to go ahead, since I got that expanded, take a screenshot. There it is. I can number it or whatever, and then I'm going to submit it. Okay, now my professor is getting my work. And I'm answering the questions in the document so my professor can see the work. So he's going to check this document that's now a Word document, not a PDF. He's going to check this document against the screenshots to make sure I did the work. Going down. Okay, so the next question it asks, there are 3 categories of processors listed in the Processor tab: apps, background processors, and Windows processors. And then it goes about explaining these tabs to you. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but you get a good information on it. And then we come down here to the next thing. Okay, now it says here, right click console window host and select properties. So now it wants you to right click the console. If you can see it right there, you see that on the paper, console window host. It wants you to right click. So let's go look for that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring these back up. I don't need them expanded anymore. And I'm gonna look for the console, the console, the console. Everything is in alphabetical order. I'm gonna right click on it and it says go to properties. And there go to properties of that box. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna come here, take a screenshot so my professor can see that I did that. And I'm gonna submit it. Okay, so I did that. I right clicked on it. Now it says here, after you right click on it, let's bring this down a little. It says, what is located in this file name location of the processor? You know what to do. I'm not going to answer the question for you. You probably already did this lab, but I want you to know going forward in every lab you do, that's what I want to see. Okay, it says close the command prompt window. What happens when the command prompt console window hosts when the prompt is closed? Okay, and then it got another one here. Click the memory heading. Click memory heading in the second time. So it wants me to go down here now and click on the memory heading. Same thing you're going to do. You're going to look in here and you're going to click it here. You see it's highlighted here. So it wants you to go over here. Let me close this because I didn't close it. And click on a memory heading. And I clicked on that and it shows me all the memory outlined here. I'm going to take a screenshot. This is basic stuff you should know when you're working in the computer world. Now, understand this. When you work in the computer world, it's two things that's important to us. Documentation and completing a task. We need to see you do the work, and we need to have the work documented. I told a few students before, if I don't get the documentation, when it comes time to bonuses and raises, you will not receive them. Documentation is important, so make sure you pay attention to documentation. Now it wants me to right click on here, so I'm going to go to memory, and I'm going to right click and go down to resources, values, to memory, and to %. Now let me see if I can go ahead and get a screenshot of that. Voila, there it is. I'm going to submit that to my professor. Now, of course, it's a lot of screenshots you can do. You got up to 50 screenshots to complete. That's okay. We want you to do that. We want as many screenshots as you possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and click on percentage. Now it changes it to percentages. And what you can do is get a screenshot of that to show, hey, it's percentages now, professor. Woohoo! Let's move forward. Okay, so I'm doing a job. I am documenting what the questions are asking me. So I come here to my question. I put the information in here, and I'm doing the screenshots here. That's what the professor wants. If he does not get that, well, buyer beware. And here's goes some more documentation. Some more documentation. So do your best in answering these questions. It tells me you understand the work. It says in the task manager, click on name. So let's go over there and do that. I'm going to click on name. I'm going to get a screenshot because my professor needs to see this. There we go. We got a screenshot. Okay, moving forward. Okay, so we're moving. We got name. And then it says expand the Firefox entry and double click Mozilla Firefox start page entry. So I'm going to come over here to Mozilla Firefox. Let me bring that down. There goes Firefox right there. Okay, so the next thing it wants me to do is expand the Firefox entry. So I'm going to go ahead and expand it right there. And then it says double click the Mozilla Firefox start. So start page. So I'm going to double click on that. and voila, it takes me straight to Mozilla Firefox. It says, now as you can see right here, it says what happened. Of course, I would explain what happened, but also after I explain it, I take a screenshot to show it. There it is. This is what I'm looking for, people. If you're not doing this, you're not doing the work. So the next thing it asks me in the task manager, right-click Firefox to end it. So I can right-click Firefox in the task manager. I'm going to go back to the task manager. Let me get back to that. And I'm going to double-click on Firefox and close it. So I'm going to go back to the task manager, and I'm just simply going to right-click, and I'm going to end task. I'm going to take a picture of that, of course, a screenshot, so that shows that I ended that task, okay? Bringing this back up. So you see how easy it is to do this work. You answer questions, and then you can go forward. Now it says working with the service tab. So here's the service tab right here. Let me expand this. And I want to go to services. There go to service tabs. Now services are programs that's working in the background for your particular computer. So I expand that, but let me get a screenshot. Of course, I need a screenshot. It's easy to remember. Once I do something, get a screenshot. That is not hard. If I do not see the screenshots, people, you're going to see the appropriate grade. Okay, now, so we did that. It says here in the task manager window, open up the services. We did that. Okay, so I did that. Now it says what statuses are listed, and we know what's listed. Now it wants me working in the performance tab. So this is just giving you a general knowledge of how to use the task manager. Now we're on the performance tab. I'm going to go get a screenshot of that. Voila, there it is. So this assignment is basically showing you how to use the task manager in an efficient way. You answer the question, and then it says click the memory tab in the performance. So here's the memory tab. Now it tells me how much memory I'm using. I'm going to get a screenshot of that. This is what I'm expecting, people. This is what I'm expecting. You're answering the questions. After you complete this document and answer every question on this document, you're going to upload that document so I can look at everything in here. You're going to go through answering these questions. Then it says click the Ethernet chart. So let's go do that. I'm going to come over here, click the Ethernet. That one there, you have another one here, but you click on that, and then you do what? You proceed to answer the questions, people. Answer the questions. And that's it. I'm not going to do the resource because you get the point of it, even though the resource look cool. So it says open the resource monitor. I'm not going to go do the resource monitor because you pretty much get an understanding of what I need in this lab. Okay, so you can go ahead and click on resource monitor to open the resource monitor using the performance tab in the task manager. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and submit that. This is basically what the task manager is all about. I can go ahead and click the resource monitor and you can see the information in here. This is important for you to know to complete this assignment. Okay, now at the very end of these assignments, you have reflection questions. This is where you get a chance to tell me what you think of this. I'm expecting to see this all completed. This is Professor Sistrunk. I hope that you enjoyed this quick lesson that I just went through. My expectation is you will watch it and know exactly what I'm looking for. But buyer beware. Have a nice day, people.